What up, y'all? It's your boy AD, and that's all day, and I'm in the spot, you feel me? Today's video, gonna be talking about how men can deal with the 80-20 rule in women's hypergamy. How can a man cope with the reality of what's going on? Because it's a tough pill to swallow. The truth and knowing how it really is a very, very tough pill to swallow, because right now, the times we living in, it is kind of true. Most women go for the higher class of dudes now, and it seems like the way the world is going, it seems like they want to lower the gap more and more and more and more. Some people may even tell you that, hey, it's not 80-20, it's more like 90-10. But the whole purpose of what's been going on is to lower a woman's gaps and options. It seems to me like the world that we living in right now is purposely trying to decrease a woman's options or what she may want to keep her from getting what she may want. See, the 80-20 rule does hurt men. It totally hurts us. I know. I feel sorry for a lot of guys, honestly, because I know it's not easy for a lot of these guys. I don't talk about incels and talk about people, or true force loneliness. I never make fun of those guys. I never talk about those guys because I know how cruel the world can be to a guy just for not maybe having the best status, having the best looks, or having the best money. It's almost like the world kind of shuns you out from the rest of the world just because of how you were born. That's why I would never talk about these guys. Because it's true. A lot of men can do the best that they can and try to prove shit, but that don't mean it's always going to work based off who they are because of the world and the society that we're living in. We're living in a world where women's standards are so high and blown out of proportion but have little to offer but looks. And they're doing the same thing as basically almost every woman, so it really puts men in a tough position to try to maybe get female contact or get what he really would want. So this is what you should do as a man, period, until things change and shift, because trust me, there will be a shift. Sometimes I think to myself and I feel like, you know what, I know what's going on is really bad, but maybe could possibly be happening because they would like men to step up. Because a lot of this times has been passing with the men simping and marrying these chicks that don't love them and starting families to not be nothing. But a lot of these men could have really been something in their lives. They could have invented something. They could have started a new business. They could have gained skills. They could have gained talents. A lot of men are already suppressed when it comes to being a man based off culture and the way we live. It's like the world really doesn't want you to be a man. They just want you to be a consumer idiot / behave like a feminine person. So number one is just acceptance to me. I say the number one thing you should do is just accept it, because the world is hard and you try to change things and you wish things would be a certain way, but you just have to accept what's going on and do the best for yourself and keep trying to better you and the world around you. And maybe one day other people will click and things are, I know it's hard because it's real. I say this all the time to myself, like, man, sometimes you wake up and you be thinking this is a dream, like you think it's not real, like how could this possibly be going on, like, oh my god, you thought 1984, the book 1984 was bad. Well, look at 2020, because these women's minds are really, really gone. Most women don't have their mind and hearts in the right places and in the wrong reasons. And at the end of the day, they're not going to win and come up. Like I said, this is hurting men just as much as it's hurting women. It's totally hurting them too, because they'll never be happy. They'll never find a guy who they think is going to want them. They're going to end up getting played and left too, because their heart and their minds are not in the right spot. But that's why you as a man just keep achieving you and doing you. And no matter what, people gonna notice. People are gonna notice. You don't have to run around flaunting, telling everybody your business, because at the end of the day, people gonna see it regardless. You ain't gotta be out here begging people to like, oh, look at this or watch this or do that. Because trust me, more than likely, if it's happening, it's gonna happen. People gonna come. Just do things you like, man. Work on your money. Work on learning still. Work on knowledge. Work on your health. Work on, again, just doing things that you like. You know, besides women, there's so many things in this world that you could do that could lead you into so many different paths in life if you just take the time out and the effort into doing it and just focus. You know, a lot of great people who achieve shit, you know, men too, you know, got what they got because they were focused, not their head up a woman's ass or worried about if a woman want them or not. That's why I say acceptance is so important. Again, I know it's not easy to do, but you just gotta accept it and you gotta move on. And maybe if you do that, maybe you can do some things or see some things that you never, you know, may have never thought would happen. Because right now, the world is set up like that, where they want us to feel and think like everything's our fault and we should do better, when that's far from the truth. That's the complete opposite. See, men have been doing a lot of right, but one of the only problems I feel like that men have been having is too much of a focus on women. Like, it's okay to love a woman, it's okay to want one, there's nothing wrong with that, but to be so focused on it, it takes away from you as a man. Just like many men we've known and seen, you know, it's a lot of even young men that you'll meet that were this and that, but then they got with some chick, had some babies, and now they effed up. You know, now they effed up. Now they're so focused on that. You know, now they're broke. You know, I've known men like that, man. Even some men in my family who, when I was growing up, I was looking up to them like, wow, this dude is cool. He's popular. He's doing stuff. And then I'm looking at him now, you know, like 15 years later, 20 years later, and it's like, wow, that's a life I do not want to live. A lot of men have so much potential, but they just don't know how to unlock it, you know. It's like in Dragon Ball Z, you know. Like, you know, Goku didn't start off going Super Saiyan. You know, he had to focus. Like, basically what I'm saying, he had to focus. He had to set his mind straight. He had to have a goal. He had to have a passion, a will, and then boom, bam, now I'm a Super Saiyan. You know, and remember when Goku turned Super Saiyan for the first time, everybody was like, wow, this is amazing. You know, people thought that was it. Like, oh, that was it. Super Saiyan, this is the best. And you see, no, there's another level. I can take it to the next level. Let's go Super Saiyan 2. Let's go Super Saiyan 3. Let me teach my son how to go Super Saiyan. Let me teach my friends how to go Super Saiyan and how to become stronger. And look how the world around him gravitated towards him no matter what. You know, and you know, there's definitely power in numbers, and you can achieve that. Don't let this world get you down, because you really are the one that's winning. A lot of men are the ones that's winning. They just don't see it because the ever going lie in the media is that women are winning. You know, I was listening to the radio today and heard a girl on the radio saying, yeah, we run the world. Women run the world. See, women have so much hate inside of them right now. They don't understand that that's going to tear them down. If they don't have enough sense to know that that's really wrong to say, really messed up to say, just to act like you're so much above someone because of how you was born, they're going to realize that that's not the way to live. And being like that, again, will not cause you to learn anything. You need to be open and stop being so hateful. You know, why do women hate us so much when we ain't did nothing to them? So it makes no sense. If anything, most of their problems they create themselves. Just like the 80-20, that's a problem for them. How in the world do you expect to get the guy your dreams when you only going for a small percent, which 80% of women are also going for yourself? So talk about competition. Talk about competition. And then, like I said, then they wonder why they always end up alone or single or never getting that guy that they really want, because their minds are not in the right place and they don't know how to just see things for what it is. And that's why you as a man need to do it yourself. Because life is definitely about achieving things and doing the right thing and not being worried about all the goofy and stupid. It's okay to learn and be, eyes open and seeing it and stuff, and acknowledging it, but don't let it get to you. Just keep on moving forward, keep doing things that make you happy, and maybe eventually things may come into light. Because what's going on, as you can clearly see, is not what's supposed to be happening in life, and it's just messing us up as people. Because, like I've been saying for a while, it's so many things dividing us as people already, and this is just another notch on the belt. That's why people are so manipulated now, especially women. That's why, because there's so much of a division. So let's try our best as men to make a balance. Like I said, you can't force nobody to do nothing, but you surely can empower them, and intrigue them, and you surely can inspire them. So how about we work on that? Real talk. But I hope y'all enjoy the video. I'm gonna be working on some more content as usual. Like the video, comment. I like going through my comments and seeing how y'all doing. Check my community page. Subscribe if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And shouts out to my boy J Rob Beats for supplying your boy with the beats. His link will be at the bottom as usual if you ever want to listen to some cool beats. But I'm gonna talk to y'all later on some real talk. Peace out.